Hello everyone. Today's class is not going to be an ordinary one, and this is explained by the fact that I have pre-recorded two videos. In the first one, I'm giving directions what you are going to do throughout the two classes from 3 to 6. And the second is the explanation how it's possible to implement experiential learning during the classes of English, and namely you have the possibility to observe the structure of one lesson that uses the idea of experiential learning, and namely makes use of challenge-based learning model. The first thing that you are supposed to do is you go to Moodle, and you go to lecture 10 simulations, and you access the first task, and namely access the link on Padlet and submit the lesson. Then here you are going to get a link to Padlet. You copy this link to search bar, and you are going to be brought here to Padlet, namely, and the spaces for the lesson plans are ready. That means here you have the names of the people that are going to simulate next Tuesday in the afternoon. If there are some things that we agreed upon the previous time and I forgot, please make sure that you decide upon the people who you feel comfortable to simulate. When you reach Padlet, this namely page, then you are supposed to add the structure of the lesson to be simulated next Tuesday with kids from Yedinet. Then here you are going to click on the plus button, and you will add objectives, outcomes, and activities. I want that you provide with a very detailed description of the activities and the materials to be used. Sometimes in the online environment, there is a chance that our lessons that focus on training the language skills might be boring. That's why a possibility to make the classes less boring is to use digital tools. Then here in the same lesson, lecture 10 simulations, you have task number 3, examples of tools. I have cited a series of tools in case that you know more. That's very well. You can use any tool that you want. Then there are a series of tools that are considered to be educational ones and that help you as educators to train the language skills. That means mostly to focus on the vocabulary training. Make sure that you use two tools, no more, because in case that you are going to use digital tools in abundance, then still the effect is going to be the same. The lesson is going to be boring. That's the first task. The second task, I have pre-recorded a lesson plan, a kind of presentation about how it's possible to implement experiential learning in high school, in the Moldovan schools. And you have a lesson that generally based cultural domain, namely the topic cinema. And you have different stages that are supposed to be taken into account when implementing an experiential learning lesson, and namely using challenge-based model. These two tasks, that means lesson plan submission and video recording analysis, because we are going to analyze the lesson the next time. Both activities are due today, 6 o'clock. Don't forget that you are not allowed to leave the virtual classroom from 3 to 6. That means you work without a break and then you leave 15 minutes earlier. And you have to decide who is going to simulate, what portions you are going to take while simulating, what activities you are going to implement in such a way that the kids are satisfied and you feel rewarded. Thank you so much for your understanding. Looking forward to seeing you next Tuesday in the afternoon online. Don't forget that the simulation is a must, and you can't be absent. Necessarily, you'll have to simulate. It doesn't matter when, but you'll have to simulate. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful end of the day. Hopefully, I'm going to get wonderful structures of lessons and wonderful simulations the next week. Bye. See you soon.